Hello everyone, welcome to the session on system simulation and modeling. So in today's session we are going to learn how to simulate an grocery store. Okay, so here we have a problem. Okay, so the problem stated with a small shop has one checkout counter. Customers arrives at this counter at random from 1 to 10 minutes apart. Each possible value of inter-arrival time has the same probability of occurrences equal to 0.10. The service time varies from 1 to 6 minutes with the probability of 0.05, 0.10, that is 20%, 30%, 25% and 10%, and develop the simulation table for 10 different customers. So this is our problem. So here, as the first statement indicates, that is, a small shop has a checkout counter, a one checkout counter. That means that here this is the example for single channel queue. That means that here you have only one checkout counter that serves as a server. Okay, so and here 10 number of customers are coming, so that here you need to simulate for at what time the customer is coming into that grocery store or else that checkout counter, so into that small shop, and how much time they are taking the service and at what time they are leaving the system. So for that we need to simulate the system, that is for the small shop we need to simulate it. And here for the continuity of this question, so definitely they will give you the random numbers and also random numbers for interval time and random numbers for service time distribution. Okay, and one more thing they will ask is, so once you develop the simulation table, so based on the simulation table they may ask average waiting time, and then or else it might be the what is the total number of time they have spent in the system. Those are all things. So a number of questions they may ask depending upon the simulation table, whatever you have developed, based on that you need to answer that. Okay, we will go to the next one. So first let us concentrate on how to develop the simulation table. So in order to develop the simulation table itself, we need to construct what? N number of tables. What is that N number of tables? That is nothing but first table is for what? Interval time distribution table we need to generate. So that is nothing but the random digit assignment table for interval time we need to generate, and then we need to generate the random digit assignment table for service time. Why? Because here they have not given the time. Instead of that they have given what? The probability they have given. See here also I will start from here. The customer arrives at this counter at random. That means that random in the sense what? We doesn't know at what time they are coming, but they know that they will come in between 1 to 10 minutes apart. That means that they may come 1 minute after, or else they may come after 2 minutes, or they may come after 10 minutes also, they may come into that particular small shop. Okay, so but you need to identify, so at what time the customer comes, at what time the second customer will come into that particular stop. So that timings is nothing but the inter-arrival time. So in order to generate that inter-arrival time, we need to have what? This random digit assignment table. Okay, so and next is, so of course once you find out at what time the customer is arriving into the system, next what is the next task? So they have to take the service, right? We doesn't know at what time the service, what is the time they have been given to that particular customer, that is also we doesn't know. So for that they have given the probability. So the customer may take the service from 1 to 6 minutes. So the customer can take the service for 1 minute, or they may take the service for 2 minutes, or they may take the service for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, 3 minutes or 6 minutes also. So that is the probability they have given. 5% of the customer can go for 1 minute, So another 5% of the customer can go for the 2 minutes. So another 30% of the customer may go for 3 minutes or again 1 minute. It depends. So depending on the random numbers, whatever you are going to choose. So for the given probability, based on these probabilities, we need to identify what? Inter-arrival time and the service time of the customer. Once you find out these two, you can go for simulating the a small shop. Okay, so that is nothing but for a single channel queue you can have a simulation table for 10 customers. Okay, so here, and don't confuse here 1 to 10 minutes apart they have given. The meaning of this 1 to 10 minutes is, it is not like 1 to 10 customers, it is like 1 minute to 10 minutes. So that means that a first customer, so obviously the first customer we are assuming that the simulation starts from 0. That's why I am leaving that first customer. Second customer may come into the system after 10 minutes, or else after 2 minutes, after 10 minutes, or else after 8 minutes. In between 1 to 10 minutes, they may come into the system. So he may take another 15 minutes. So sorry, not the 15 minutes, only in between 1 to 10 minutes. That's why I have written all the numbers come between 1 to 10 minutes. So that's why IAT, that is nothing but inter-arrival time in minutes. So I have listed all the timings. So that is 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10. So all the 10 minutes. So now we need to identify, so whether the first customer comes at what time, second customer comes at what time. So based on what? Some random number only we are generating. For that purpose we need to have a random digit assignment table. That is, so it will tells you the range between at what time to what time so customer is coming into the system. So based on the random digit only we are checking. So for that we need to assign the random range for that particular timing. Okay, so how to do that? In the previous class only we learned how to generate these tables, right? So let us start from the same thing. So that is probability for this IAT they have given already. So that is each possible value of inter-arrival time has the same probability. That means that for all the 10 minutes whatever they have given, starting from 1 to 10, so there is no change of probability at all, that the probability of occurrences of the any customer at these times are equal. That means that probability is same for all the time. So that is 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10, 0.10. That means that here probability is uniformly distributed for all the 10 minutes. So 10% is for 1 minute, another 10% is for 2 minutes, another 10% is for 3 minutes, like that, equally distributed among all the 10 minutes. So that's why I have written 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 each. Okay, so 10% each. Okay, once you find out the probability, next is what? So we need to assign the cumulative probability, we need to find out. So that is nothing but here cumulative probability is 0.10. Next add this, so you will get 0.20. Next add this 0.30. Next 0.40. Next add this, you will get 0.50. Next add to this, so 0.60. 0.60 plus 0.10 is 0.70, 0.80, 0.9 and then 1.00, right? So then random digit assignment is nothing but what? Here we have 2 digit. So definitely it will be what? 0, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. So if you, the random number whatever you have taken is from 1 to 10, then you need to assign what? 1 minute for that particular customer. So that customer is going to come at that minute, like that you need to. Okay, so next is 20. So since it is a cumulative one, next number to this is 11 to 20. Next 21 to 22, 22, sorry, 30, and then 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70, and 71 to 80, 81 to 90, 91 to 0, 0. So since here random numbers are only 2 digit, that's why we need to end up with 2 digit only. We should not go with 100 here, that is 0.100. Okay, sorry, 0.100, it is not like that, it is like so it should be, it is not 100, instead of that we need to go up to what, 99 only. So the range, the last range represent 91 to 99 plus 0. If the random number whatever you have generated, if it is 0, then you need to go with the last statement. So that is the last timing, that is 10 minutes apart. He may come after 10 minutes, like that. Okay, so for whatever the customer you are calculating. So next, once you generate the random digit assignment table for service time, the next thing is we need to go for service time random digit assignment table. So for that they have given the probability. The service time varies from 1 to 6 minutes. That's why I have written 1 to 6 minutes for service time. This is arrival time is 1 to 10 minutes. That's why I have written all the 10 minutes here. This is 1 to 6 minutes. See, don't get confused with 1 to 10 minutes, 1 to 6 minutes and 10 customers. Okay, here I am talking about the time, not the people or the customers. Okay, so this is 1 to 10 minutes, this is 1 to 6 minutes. This is for arrival event and this is for departure event, that is service time. Okay, so arrival event is based on what? Interarrival time. Departure event is based on what? Service time. That's why we need to generate these two tables. Okay, so now what are the probabilities? 0.05, 0.10, 0.20, 0.30, 0.25 and 0.10. Okay, so now cumulative probability 0.05, 0.15, add to this 0.15 plus 0.10 is nothing but 0.15. Next, add this resultant value to the next probability. So it will become 0.35. Next, add to this 0.03 and 0.5 is nothing but 6.5. So add to this, you will get 5 is 0, 1 carry, 6 plus 2 is 3, sorry 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. Next, so 9 plus 1 is 10, so that is 1.00 and its equivalent random digit assignment is, so this is up to what? Only 5, that means that 01 to 05 and next is, here we have ended with 5, next number will be what? 6, 6 to 15. Next, after 15 we have 16, 16 to the last number is 35 and next 36 to 65 and 66 to 90 and then 91 to 99 or 00 is the last number. Okay, so this is about what? This is just to have a cumulative statistics. So that is here based on random numbers only we are calculating the interarrival time and service time. So because of that reason we are generating what? Random digit assignment table. By looking into this table only we are going to calculate what? IAT and ST. Okay, so now another two tables. So using these two tables we are generating what? These two tables. So this is for IAT and this is for service time. So let me differentiate. So I am going to use the pink color for IAT to represent IAT and to represent service time. So I am going to use blue color. Okay. So let us calculate what is IAT for all the 10 customers. Okay. So inter-arrival time for 10 customers we need to identify. Okay. So for that, in the problem itself, they will give you the random numbers. If they are not giving, you need to take the random numbers based on the random digits whatever we have. If it is a 2-digit random number, from the last textbook, you need to take only 2-digit random numbers. Okay, so if it starts with 1 to 100, 100 and 1 to 200, like that, by that time you need to go with 0 to 3-digit random numbers, that is 999, up to 999 you need to take. But here it is only 2-digit, you can go with a 2-digit random number only. Okay, so already I have listed for how many customers? 10 customers. So what are all the random numbers we required? That is also I have written. Please copy this. So for the first customer, nil. Why? Why? Because so since we are doing the simulation, we are assuming that the time starts with 0 minute. That's why. Okay. So it will be null only. Next is 2. Second customer is coming at, so 91. This is not the timing. This is the random number. So 91 we need to check for what we are calculating. We are calculating for IAT. That means that you need to look into the IAT random digit assignment table. So in this we need to check where this 91 lies in. So therefore this is null. Okay, that means that it is 0 only. Okay, 0 time we can consider. Next. So here 91 comes under this 91 to 999, right? So it comes under this. Then what is the time, equivalent time for this range? For this range the timings is 10. So therefore the second customer is going to arrive into the system after 10 minutes. That is the thing we are seeing. Inter-arrival time. That is at what time, after what time the next customer will come, like that. Okay. So 10 minutes. After 10 minutes the second customer will enter into the system. Okay. Next, after that, for third customer, at what time the customer will arrive? After what time the third customer is arriving into the system? That is based on the random number 72. 72 lies again. We need to look into this table only since we are finding IAT. So random number is 72. 72 lies between 71 to 80. This is the range. That is nothing but 8. 8 minute. Okay. So likewise you can calculate for the remaining one. So 15 comes in the second range, that is 2 minutes. So 94 again last one, that is 10 minutes. 30. 30 comes in this range, 21 to 30, that is equivalent time is what? 3. Okay. So that is 3. Next 92, last one, 10 minutes. 75. 75 comes in this range, again it is 8 minutes. Next 23. 23 comes in 21 to 30, therefore 3 minutes. And next is 30. 30 is also 3 minutes, comes under 21 to 30 range, right? So because of that reason it is 3 minutes only. Now you got the inter-arrival time, right? So now you have calculated the inter-arrival time. So next let us calculate what is the service time for this. So now already we have generated what? RD assignment table for service time. Now whenever we are generating this, you need to look into what? Service time RD assignment table. That's it. Okay. So just check it out. What is a random number and check it in where exactly this random number lies in. Okay. So 84. 84 lies in between 66 to 90, definitely. So and equivalent time is what? 5. Okay. Next, after that 10. 10 is lies between what? 1 to 5? No. It is comes under 6 to 15. That is equivalent time is 2 minutes. Meaning of this is second customer is going to take the service for how many minutes? 2 minutes. Okay. First customer is going to take the service for 5 minutes. Next, third customer 74 in the sense 74 comes under again this one, that is 5 minutes. 53 comes under 36 to 65, therefore 4 minutes. Next 17 17 is comes under this 16 to 35, that is nothing but 3 minutes. The equivalent time is 3. Next sixth one is 79. 79 comes between 66 to 90 range. right? So therefore equivalent time is 5 minutes. Okay, next is 91. 91 comes under this last one, 91 to 00, that is 6 minutes. 67 comes under this 5. 89 again 5. And 38 comes in this one, this range, that is 4. 36 to 65, that is 4 minutes. Okay. The meaning of this is, first customer takes 5 minutes, second customer will take 2 minutes of service, third customer will take 5 minutes of service, fourth customer will take 4 minutes of service, fifth one will take 3 minutes of service, sixth one is going to take 5 minutes of service, seventh one is going to take 6 minutes, eighth one is going to take 5 minutes, ninth one is going to take 5 minutes, 10th one is going to take, the 10th customer is also going to take 4 minutes of service. Okay, this is what the service time. Based on this inter-arrival time and the service time, we need to simulate it. Simulate for 10 customer, and then we need to find out what is the average waiting time, what is the, whether that at that particular time whether the server is busy or idle, calculate. So that is by based on the inter-arrival time and the service time, we are going to do the simulation for 10 customers who is arriving at the small shop. Okay, so which has only one counter. Okay, so now, so one counter in the sense only one server will be there. Okay, that's why, so idle time of the server in minute. So whenever we are doing the simulation, so keep remember, do remember this, that, okay. So based on this arrival time and the service time, so we are going to generate what? The system simulation table. So simulation table for 10 customer at small shop which has only one counter. Okay, so here remember, if you have only one server, the queue will be only one queue will be there, and then they have to, all the customer has to take the service from that particular customer only. Okay, so now we need to simulate it. So in order to do the simulation, so let us see what all the columns are required. So who are all the customers? 10 customers. So that is we have listed here. So that is nothing but 1 to 10 minutes, sorry, 10 customers are arriving. So already we have calculated what? The IAT. So that is inter-arrival time we have calculated, and then ST is nothing but the service time we have calculated. So those two we need to fill up here, and rest of the things we need to calculate now. Okay, so only addition and subtraction, that's it, nothing more than that we are doing here. Okay, so now let us see what are all the columns. So first column customers, second columns IAT in minutes, and then the arrival time. See here inter-arrival time is the timing, so that is it is going to be represented in some unit. So that is it might be the 1 minute, 2 minutes or 2 seconds. Like that. Okay, but this arrival time represents the clock time of the simulation. Okay, it will be continuously running. Okay, so it is not like based on the new customer is arriving into the system. It is not like that. Continuously the system clock will be running. So that timing is called as an arrival time here. Okay, so that is going to be recorded in a simulation only. That's why it is has written in terms of clock. Okay, so that is arrival time. So this arrival time is going to be calculated based on the inter-arrival time. So the cumulative time of the inter-arrival time is nothing but your arrival time of the system. Okay, next is ST, already we have calculated, update this, and then we have a service begins. At what time the service has been begin for that particular customer? For first customer, at what time the service will begin? So for the second customer, at what time the service has been begin? Even though he has arrived at the 20th minute, whether he is going to start the service by 20th minute or else some other time he has waited in the system or not, we need to look into. Okay, that's why this service time begins is also recorded in where? In the clock only, simulation clock. Okay, next is waiting time. So waiting time means, so how much time the customer is going to wait to get his service, okay, that one. And then service end time, so that is nothing but at what time customer complete his work and he is going out of the system. So next is times customer spent in the system, so totally how much time he has spent in the system, that is nothing but how much time he has taken the service, one thing. If he has waited, so for how many minutes he has waited, so total of, so the total amount of time here we need to write, that is time customer spent in the system. So if there is no customer at all, if so, then what is the server idle time we need to write. Okay, so these are all the columns based on the problem what they have asked. Based on that we need to generate the columns. But the thing is, up to this is mandatory. So that is service ends. So interval time, based on the interval time we are going to calculate arrival time, and then we have a service time. Based on this we are going to calculate these things. So service, at what time the service begins, whether the customer is waiting in the queue or not, and then the time service ends, at what time the service will end. So that is also we need to record it, and then based on this we need to calculate the time customer spent in the system and then the server idle time. So let us calculate from the start. So that is, let us copy the same thing. So that is 10, 8, 2, 10, 3, 8, 3, 3. I left something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 8 and this is 10. Right? 7th one is 10, 8th one is 8, 9th one is 3 and 3rd one is 10th one is 3, right? So and the service time is 5. So whatever we have generated, based on that only I am filling it. Okay, 2, 5, 4, 3, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4. 4. Okay, so these are the interval time and the service time. So based on this we are going to calculate the remaining columns we need to fill up. Okay, so let's start with the first one, arrival time. So clock will start with 0th only, so this will be 0. Next, so the next customer is going to arrive after 10 minutes, that is already 0th minute the first customer came and his came, and then the next customer is coming after 10 minutes. That means that 10 plus 0 is 10. Okay. Next customer is going to arrive after 8 minutes. That is 10 plus 8 is 18. And then next customer is coming after 2 minutes. That is 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 3 is 33. Next is 43. Next is 51, next is 54th minute. The next customer, that is the last customer, is going to arrive at 54 plus 3 is 57th minute is coming. Okay, so let's begin the simulation right now. So first customer arrives at what time? 0th time. So now, so server status will be idle, so I am not going to record those things. Okay, for the first iteration. Okay. So now at what time the service will begin? So customer is arriving at the bank or any shop by 0th minute, means he is going, server is idle, so server will be idle because he is the first customer. So definitely the time service begin at what time? 0th minute itself. 0th minute itself. So now he has arrived at 0th minute, the service has started at 0th minute itself. Whether he is waited in the queue? No, right? So therefore 0 minute, he has not waited for any minute, right? So that is 0. Next, time service ends. At what time the service ends? It is based on what the service time has taken. What is the service he has taken? He is going to take the service for 5 minutes. So that means that, so he started at 0th minute, he is taking the 5 minutes, therefore 5 minutes of service he is going to take, therefore he is going to complete his work by 5th minute. Okay, it is not like 5 minutes, it is 5th minute is going to end his process. Okay, next, what is the total time the customer spent in the system? Therefore, he came at 0th minute, he takes the service for 5 minutes and he is leaving. Therefore, only 5 minutes he spent in the system. So, by that time server is not idle. Okay, from the 0th minute to 5th minute he is busy while giving the service to the customer. No idle time for the server. Okay, next, second customer. So, second customer is going to arrive at the 10th minute. Now you need to leave the inter-arrival time. Now you need to look into the arrival time whenever we are doing the simulation, remember. Okay, so now 10th minute the second customer is coming, but the previous customer is going to take up to what time? 5th minute. So therefore the next customer is arriving into the system by 10th minute, but the previous customer has completed its work by 5th minute itself. Therefore, server will be idle for how many minutes? So, 10 minus 5 is 5 minutes. So, for 5 minutes, server will be idle, right? So, now at what time the next customer will start taking the service? Definitely, so if he is completed its work by 5th minute means it is not like it is 5th minute it is going to start. No, it is not like that, right? So the next customer is coming at what time? After 10 minutes he is coming. Definitely the service will start at 10th minute. Okay. Does he waited in the system? So once he come, so server was idle, therefore he is taking the service. So there is no waiting time. So no waiting time. If there is no waiting time, the waiting time is 0. And next, at what time the service ends? So he started taking the service by 10th minute, therefore how many minutes of service he is taking? 2 minutes. So 2 minutes he is going to take the service. He started at 10th minute, totally at the 12th minute he is going to end up his work. Okay, at the 12th minute. So therefore, what is the total time he spent in the system? He came at 10th minute, he completed his work by 12th minute itself. Therefore, only 2 minutes he was in the system. He spent in the system for 2 minutes. Okay, next, after that, third customer is going to arrive at 18th minute, but the previous customer has completed his work by 12th minute itself. Therefore, so how many minutes he is going to take? So that is 18 minus 12 is 6 minutes. So server will be idle for how many minutes? 6 minutes. So 6 minutes the server will be idle. Therefore, at what time the service will begin for the third customer? Definitely at the 18th minute. If he is starting the service by 18th minute, how much time? So is he waiting in the queue? No, he is not waiting in the queue. Directly he came at 18th minute. By that time server is idle for 6 minutes. So therefore he is taking the service directly. So for how much time? 5 minutes. So 18 plus 5 is 23. So service will be completed by 23rd minute since the simulation clock runs continuously. Okay, the running time of the simulation is cumulative one, that's why. Okay, it is 23. So what is the time customer spent in the system? He arrived at 18th minute, he taken the service for 5 minutes, he end up at 23rd minute, therefore, so he spent in the system only for 5 minutes, that's all. Okay, so what is the service time we have? Only that much we are writing, that's it. Okay, next, coming to the next customer. Next customer, see, now the twist. So next customer is arriving at the 20th minute, but the previous customer is still taking the service. Okay, now new customer is arriving at 20th minute, but another customer is taking the service. Now what happens? He need to wait in the queue since another customer is taking the service. So for how many minutes he need to wait in the queue? That is nothing but 23 minus 20, that is 3. So that is 23 minus 20 is nothing but 3. So he need to wait for 3 minutes to start his service. Therefore, at what time the service will begin here? Once it is completed 23, at the 23rd minute we are going to start the giving the service. So 23rd minute, so waiting time is 3 minutes. He is going to take the service for 4 minutes. So at what time the service will end? So at 23rd minute it has been started. He will take the service of 4 minutes. Therefore, he will complete its work by 27th minute. Okay. Is the server is idle? No. So at that time he was not idle. So actually the customer is waited for how many minutes? 3 minutes. So now server is not idle. Okay. Therefore, what is the customer spent in the system? He has taken for 4 minutes of service. Along with that, he waited for 3 minutes. Totally, he spent in the system. So for 7 minutes he waited in the system. He spent in the system. He was in the system for 7 minutes. So next, fifth customer is arriving at 30th minute. The previous customer has completed by 27th minute itself. So what is the server idle time then? So for 3 minutes server will be idle. Why? Because at the 27th minute itself the previous customer has completed his work and the next customer is going to arrive at 30th minute. Therefore 3 minutes the server will be idle. And next, at what time the customer starts? So obviously it is 30th minute. Why? Because this is 27th minute. Server is idle for 3 minutes. Therefore 5th customer is arriving at 30th minute. So service will begins at 30th minute itself. So waiting time. So what will be the waiting time? So he came at 30th minute. It started at 30th minute. There is no waiting time. And then what is the end time? So you will take the 3 minutes of service. So end time is 3 minutes only. Then what is the customer spent in the system? So what is the time? So only 3 minutes. He has taken only 3 minutes of service. So only 3 minutes. Next is 6th customer is arriving at 33rd minute. But the previous customer is going to stop or complete his work by 33 minutes itself. Therefore no waiting time, no idle time. Directly it is going to start the service at 33rd minute. Okay. At the 33rd minute he has completed. So at the 33rd minute another person came. So there is no gap. Okay. Directly he is going to take the service. Therefore there is no waiting time. There is no idle time. Okay. Both are same 0. Okay. Then how much time he is going to take the service? 5 minutes. So therefore 33 plus 5 is 38. So how much time he has taken? Only 5 minutes. Next customer 43 minutes, but previous customer has completed its work by 38 minutes itself. So at the 43 minute is going to start the service. Therefore for how many time the server will be idle? So server will be idle for how many minutes? So 43 minus 38, that is nothing but 5 minutes the server will be idle. So for 5 minutes server will be idle. So does he wait in the system? No, server is idle. Because of that reason he has not waited in the system. So 43 minutes he has started. 6 minutes of service he has taken totally. So 49th minute he is going to complete its work. So he has not waited waited in the queue. Therefore only 6 minutes he has spent in the system. Therefore next customer is arriving at 51st minute. So but the previous customer has completed its work by 49th minute itself. Therefore he is going to start by 51 itself. So server idle time will be what? 2 minutes. Next. So since he is starting at 51 minutes, therefore no waiting time 0, and he is going to take 5 minutes of service. Therefore 56th minute he is going to complete his work, and then the customer spent in the system is only 5 minutes. Why? Because the service time is 5 minutes as he is not waited in the queue. Therefore only 5 minutes. Next is 9th customer is arriving at the bank for 54th minute. So if the customer is coming at the 54th minute, but still previous customer is taking the service up to what, 56th minute. So therefore if he is taking the service for 56 minutes, so what happens now? So here at the 56th minute only the service will start. So if the 56th minute it will start, that means that if this customer is arrived at 54th minute, what he has to do? He has to wait in the queue. So how much time? 56 minus 54, that is nothing but 2 minutes he need to wait in the queue. Next, after that, so 56th minute the service has been begin, you will take the service of 5 minutes, that means 61st minute the service will complete. So how much time he spent in the system? 5 minutes and another 2 minutes for waiting in the queue. Therefore 5 plus 2 is 7 minutes, total 7 minutes. Whatever server idle time, he will be busy, right? So it will be 0 only. Next, 10th customer is arriving into the bank by small shop by 57th minute, but the previous customer is still taking the service. Therefore the service will begin by 61st minute, he will take the service. So for that, here waiting time will arise. So that is up to 61st minute he need to wait. So he has arrived into the bank by 57th minute itself. So now he need to wait for 9 minutes, right? So now 61 minus 7 is nothing but 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 minutes he need to wait in the queue. So once he waited for up to 4th minute, so he will take the service of 4 minutes, that is at the 65th minute he will complete its work. And then, so the total customer spent in the system is, so he has taken the service for 4 minutes and he has waited in the queue for 4 minutes, totally 4 plus 4 is 8 minutes he has waited in the queue and there is no server idle time. So this is how we can construct the simulation table for any given single channel queue. So here whenever the new arrival event taking place, then we need to look into the server status, whether the server is busy or idle. That is nothing but what? The end time of that particular process. So based on that we need to calculate for the next one. At what time the service begins, at what time the service ends. So based on those two are the very important. Based on that only we are going to calculate what? The waiting time of the customer. Okay, so once you calculate the waiting, if you have a waiting time, definitely server will be busy only. If it doesn't have a waiting time, sometimes this is the scenario where, so server is also not busy, not idle, and there is no customer is waiting in the queue. Okay, so both the things are 0 at this scenario. So at this scenario, customer is waiting but the server is busy. So if the server is busy, definitely sometimes you need to wait for the your service. Otherwise, sometimes what happens, so you are coming late, and then the server will be idle, directly you can take the service. But that time server idle time has to be recorded. So now based on these columns, based on the questions whatever they ask, so based on that we can calculate. So that is average waiting time. Say for example, average waiting time. So that is, so waiting time is here. So take the sum of this column. So you will get 6 plus 3 is 9. So 9 minutes, right? So 9 minutes, totally 10 out of 10 customer, 9 minutes is the waiting time. So therefore, what is the average waiting time is how to calculate the average waiting time is, so the waiting time, total waiting time, that is nothing but 9, and then total number of customers. So how many customers we have? 10 customers. 9 upon 10. So 0.9 minutes. So approximately 90% of the time has been spent in the waiting line. In a similar way, average server idle time, if you want to calculate, by that time take the sum of this column and then divide it by number of customers, then you will get what? The average server idle time. So in the similar way, average service time or else average customer spent in the system. So like this. So you can calculate the values depending upon the problem. So, you can calculate the values based on this table. So, hope you got the idea how to generate the simulation table for any kind of single channel queue. Okay, thank you.